What's up? Alexa, play 90s Pop Volume 3. I forgot to turn the music on. Gotta have something in the background. Anyway, what's going on, you guys? Welcome. Most of you are probably new here, so welcome if you're new. My name is Kimberly. Okay. That's about all I got on that. Anyway, I've been wanting to try something for the longest time. I have been doing so much research on it. To the point where it drove me crazy. And I just had to buy the stuff and just try it. Okay. So, this is going to be a fail or success type video. We're praying for success. Okay. I'm sure you've seen it. The thicket. And the ammonium chloride. Will this give us that burn effect that we want on wood? Okay, and I sure hope so, because I put a lot of confidence in myself, and I've already sold 100 of these macrame keychains with the little inspirational burned effect into them. Oh, it's okay. I'll do it. Whether I have to go and, oh Lord, I guess outsource the wood to get it lasered. It'll be alright. See, I got so much confidence in us, okay, because I know you guys could do the same thing. I got so much confidence in us as crafters that if we can't personally do it, we know how to outsource, okay? If you've never outsourced before, you can do it. You know how to outsource, honey. You got this, okay? Anyway, so does this stuff really work? We're going to find out today. We're going to see. I went ahead and tried to do as much as I could, so this wasn't like a long, drawn-out process. I went ahead and mixed the stuff together because you do have to let it sit for a few minutes. So I would suggest before you start doing anything, I went ahead and cut out all my little thingies that I needed. I went ahead and cut out all 100 of them. I'm only going to do one right now. We're only going to test it. So before you put that on, before you get that ready, go ahead and mix your stuff because you do need to let it sit for about 10 minutes. I used half a tablespoon of the ammonium chloride, 4 teaspoons of thicket, and then a 1/4 cup of just room temperature water. Now, I just mixed it all together, and it did start thickening up pretty fast. So you probably don't have to let it sit too long, but I would suggest 10 minutes, I think is what, I think is good. I do, because it's got that perfect, thick consistency that I've seen in everybody else's videos, so that's what I'm going by. I have no idea. 10 minutes should be good. It should. Now, I'm also going to kind of test the life of this, because I know I'm not going to use all of this, because look at how much that made. And you only need a very, very little to go on this little project. Now, if we were doing a larger board, okay, maybe all of this would work. But for this, I could probably do at least 25 keychains with this, I'm thinking. I don't know. But, the research I've done, the videos I've watched, they only put a thin layer. So, I mean, you don't need that much. So, I am thinking that this should do at least 25, if not more. So, what I'm going to do is what we have left, I'm going to cover it up. And then I'm going to see if I can use it again tomorrow. And if we'll get the same outcome we get today. If it works, okay? So, I kind of want to see, because you don't want to keep throwing this stuff away. You've seen the size of those containers, okay? This could last you a long, long time if you can save, what we don't use also. So, that's kind of what I'm trying to drag out here. Alright, so I went ahead and put my transfer tape. These are so tiny, too. These were a battle, okay? I mean, not a battle, but you can imagine. They're super tiny because the keychains are 2 inches by, I want to say 1.5 inches, but you got the hole there, so you can't use that entire thing. So my images, depending on which way I'm putting them, because some go this way and then some do go this way. I think this one is 1.25 by 1. So I went ahead and put the transfer tape on there, weeded that little bitty bad boy out, And basically, I'm just going to go ahead and stick it on here. We're going to slap a thin layer on. And then our handy dandy heat gun. Okay, now I know you do need a heat gun that goes up to at least 450 Fahrenheit. Alright, so y'all ready? You want to see if this works? If you've done this before, you know, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. Show me your products. I don't know if you guys can post pics in the comments. Can we? Can we post pics down in the comments? I don't know. I'm new to this, you guys. New to this. Speaking of being new to this, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. We're going to start putting out videos every Saturday. Now, I do want to let you guys know that this Saturday is going to be a little bit more of a different video. It's not going to be a crafting video. I'm going to be just more of an educational video on the causes that our nonprofit supports. I'm going to link the very first video that we did that explains a little bit about our nonprofit and how the boutique even got started, because the boutique was kind of an accident. So I'm going to link that video down below as well. There's a way you can tag it, like you point your finger up here and be like, oh, you can click here, but I don't know how to do that. I don't edit my videos. They're raw, uncut, you know, raw, real, and unedited. Uncut? Is that? Who knows? But yeah, it explains that too. Why I wanted to do, you know, just real life. There's so many amazing YouTubers out there that have these perfect YouTube channels. And they're good at that. They're good at that. I love watching them. I'm going to let them keep that. I'm going to then have that. I'm going to let them have that. I'm the Hot Mess Express. Okay, so if you want to see real, raw, unedited type stuff, that's what we're doing here. If you want to try new things and see if they work, see if they don't, you want to see the F-ups, the, you know, the spills, the oops, the backwards, the upside down images, you know, all the things, you're at the right place, so hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this little bad boy on here. Let me see which side. Anyway. I put my little tool up, so let me get... Okay, so I'm going to peel the backing off of this and then get it down here. Now this one right here says I am enough. So this one should be super easy. Now I do have some that are a little bit harder, like you deserve the best, you are beautiful. Who would have known that the word beautiful would be so difficult? Because I was going to do that one with you guys and I went ahead and tried weeding that one. But the little circles that I needed to leave for the bee kept moving and falling off, and I was like, forget it. I may not even do the you are beautiful one, period, just because that bee gave me such a hard time because they're so small. I mean, these letters are like, I don't know, not even 3/8 of an inch. They're so small. But it's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. There we go. So let's line this bad boy on here and get going. I'm super excited to see how this does. Bam, bam, bam. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Does not have to be perfect, because that's what I love about handmade items, is the uniqueness of each one of them. I do. I love that. Okay, so we're going to varnish, and I think I'm going to turn you guys down here just a little bit now. Okay, so I got it on there. I'm going to varnish the life out of it. Oops. Whoa. Goodness gracious, do you see how hard it is to work with like these small pieces? It's a pain. Now, I am using the Cricut stencil. I normally use the Oracle stencil. Because that actually sticks to anything I'm using. I don't care if it's finished wood, unfinished wood, painted wood, stained wood, it sticks. The Cricut, I can't get it to stick nothing. I hate it. I absolutely just hate it. But I ran out of the Oracle, so we're having to use the Cricut. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal since these are tinier pieces. If it starts peeling up, I can just, you know, use my hand and lay it back down. Alright, now let's make sure we get that little part of the I and the little part of the O on there well. Okay. gonna start the tape. See, it's already, see. It's alright. So let's lay this little piece back down. I'm actually going to hold part of the stencil with, oops, my little doodle-mahiggy. And then pull the tape. See, there comes my little A. Let's get that down. Oh, no. See, everything wants to come up on here. Like, I can't with this Cricut stuff. What is y'all's favorite vinyl and stencil and stuff like that to use? Drop it down in the comments for me, because I'm always looking for, you know, to try new products, stuff I haven't done before. Your favorite transfer tape, if you're crafters and you have a favorite, drop it below. Drop it below. If you don't have a favorite and you're looking for one, you know, other people can, you know, find that info there as well. See, there goes the O. Now, I didn't varnish this all that great neither, so I really can't complain too much, but this is like coming up everywhere. There we go. So I'm going to be real careful and just kind of press the center of that O back down on here. I know you probably can't really see it because my hand is in the way. And then, even my little heart part, is coming up. Oh my gosh. Now, I reuse the transfer tape. And that could be part of the reason too. Maybe my transfer tape was a little too sticky. But this is also Cricut transfer tape. So you would think Cricut products would work with other Cricut products. But then again, you just really never know. You just really never know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Cricut. I do have a Cricut machine. I got the Cricut Maker 3. And I like the machine. I mean, it's alright. I have had issues with it. I wish I would have got the Cameo instead. But the machine's not that bad. Now, I absolutely hate Design Space and all of the Cricut products. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, so we're gonna save that transfer tape. As you can see, I've saved another one. I use, if there's still a little bit of tack to it, I save it. Just because I think it works a little bit better if you've used it a couple times. That's just me. Okay, so I'm actually going to try to lay this out just a little bit to make sure. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want to move those O's and stuff. But I noticed part of the M's were coming, or the lines from the M's, the legs of the M's were coming up. And then this little part of the U, that little line of the U going down, that was coming up. So I'm just going to kind of rub those down just a little bit. There. Okay. Now on here you can see some of the wood is still visible. I'm going to cover that with transfer tape, or not transfer tape. Oh my god, Kim. I'm going to cover some of that with just masking tape. Now I do make the large wood signs as well. Like the painted words, you know, I spray paint, I stain, I do all that stuff. And I use masking tape to cover any of the wood that I don't want, you know, messed up, that I could be painting at a certain time that don't need to be painted. You know what I mean? So I'm actually going to do this the same way. And basically the reason why I'm doing that, because the video that I watched, they had gotten some of this mixture on a different part, you know, obviously where they didn't want the burn effect, and it ended up burning it there, because you can't just wipe it off. I mean, you can, but there was some of the residue still going to be there until you literally wipe it off with a light soapy warm water, which I'll do once it sits. Oh, okay. So we got that piece there. Let's put a little piece at the end. So I got all that wood covered right there. Now, I'm just, being this right here is a small piece, I'm going to use just a smaller, probably the size of my pinky nail. You love my measurements right there. Just the size of my pinky nail. Alright. So I'm going to just give this one little stir before we use it. And then when they dipped it, they did like wipe any excess off because they said you just need a really thin layer on the brush. And then we're just going to put, I'm actually going to, can you guys zoom in? Zoom not supported. Okay, well, whatever, fine. Let's bring you guys down a little bit. Hold your tatas, hold your tatas. I'm going to slide this down. Oops. Alright, there we go. We're going to slide this down. Bring you in just a little bit closer. I don't know how well it's going to make a difference, but let me get this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to put just a little thin layer on here. And then just fill in those little pieces. Now, they really didn't say, you know, how to judge it or anything like that. Just all I could see from all the research I did is they just put a couple thin layers over it, let it dry for a few seconds, and then hit it with that heat gun. Which, if that's all this is going to, you know, entail, I'm hoping I can knock out 100 of these fairly easily. Now, if I was using like making one of the Christmas trays or something, because that's actually one of the videos I was watching, he was making one of those Christmas trays, I would obviously be using a larger brush. And I did notice that they were brushing this on in several different directions, because like with the letters right there, if you brush it like against the letter, you may get some of the goopiness along the line there. And I did notice that they just kept, you know, brushing in several directions. And I'm assuming that's to relieve some of that goopiness there. I mean, because that's what it's doing, so I'm assuming that's what it is. Okay, so you can see it's got a little bit of like a shiny coat on there. I am just going to dip my brush one more time, and you see like literally how much I'm using, how much is in this bowl. So I really, honestly, I may be able to do all 100 with this little batch here. That's if it keeps until tomorrow. Because like I said, I only want to do this one for right now, and then I'm going to go do all the macrame keychains, and then I'm going to do the wood burning tomorrow. Oh my goodness, like I've already got this all planned out as if this is already going to be a success. And you know what? I think that is going to help this actually be a success, because I am living as if it's already done and accomplished and possible. That right there is what is actually going to make this accomplishment possible. I'm telling you what, man. My brain is all over the place right now because I have so much stuff to do. I have to finish getting, we have a launch tomorrow at noon. Saturday at noon, you guys. We have so many new products that are going to be hitting the website. Probably about half of them will be on the Etsy shop also. But you know, the website is the full. Everything we release goes on the website. And then I do release a good bit of them on Etsy. Not too many. Now, the website, you do have sizzle, however you want to say it. And then if you go to Etsy, you can use that, what is it, Calinara? Kalanara, whatever it's called. I like that. I really do. I use it quite often. I usually, you know, make the first 2 payments, and then my 3rd payment, I just pay it off. I try not to make them to where my payments are any more than like $10, $15 every 2 weeks. And then, you know, I just keep doing that. I will never, if I owe any more than like $60, I will not place another order. I just won't. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to wipe this brush off with a little paper towel. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. I got these super cute paper towels where you can get the whole sheet, you can get the half a sheet, and then you can also tear them into quarters. I freaking love those. These are so cool. Okay, now I'm going to move us to the floor. I'm going to move us to the floor. I'm actually going to let that dry just a bit before I take the stencil off. Just because I don't want any of that to smear all over the place or anything. Okay. Put that stuff up. That stuff up. Put this up. I try to clean as I go, so it doesn't get so messy. I'm so OCD. It is so bad. So bad. Alright. So I'm going to put you in here. And then we're going to come down here. Want to make sure we got plenty of room to where you can see. Bam! Right there. Right there work. And to where the heat gun. Good, good, good. Oh! I swear, you would think I was getting super, super old. Now, I'm actually gonna... I would not typically blow on this. I'm gonna keep this one for myself. I just want to kind of hurry it up for this video. You know what? Let me hit it with... I'm doing low heat, and constantly keep your heat gun moving. Okay? Constantly keep your heat gun moving. Now, from the research that I did, you should be able to control the color that you get out of this so-called burn effect. They said the longer you hold the heat to it, the darker it'll get, like almost black. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off. Okay, now I don't know if you can you see that? And that's like literally, like, I barely put any heat to it. So that's mainly just from the stuffy wuffy yuffy itself. Alright. I'm gonna stick this bad boy right there for right now. Okay. Now I'm actually gonna jack this bad boy up on high real quick. And I'm just gonna keep moving it back and forth. And you don't want to get too close to it. I know I am getting a little too close, but... I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting too excited and just hoping that it hurries up and you can see. Let's do it on... Maybe if I do it on low, there's not so much like air being blown around. And I can probably get a little bit closer to it. Alright, now, come on. Now, I really don't know how long this is supposed to take. Ooh, I can see some of it starting. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it's starting to look a little different, but that really ain't like the burn effect color, I don't think. So I guess we're going to time this. You can see it from the video. I think I started at 21, or no, 22, so it's been 3 minutes already. But I have been messing around too, so let's say it's only been like two full minutes. Now, I do want to keep this where you can see it. Let's see if I pull it up here and do it at an angle, if you can see it better. I don't know why I feel like I have to like half-ass sing everything. I don't know. So if that's annoying, I do apologize. It's annoying to me too. Anyway, what do you guys got planned this weekend? See, I did it again. I don't know if it's just because I feel like I have nothing to say, or if I'm just nervous, or what. I don't know. I don't know what I have to be nervous about. I've been doing this forever. Making videos, that is, not, you know, crafting and stuff. I've been doing the, you know, social selling and things of that nature forever. I don't know, I don't feel like the M, I feel like the M kind of got blurry. I wonder if these are going to be too small for me to do. I don't know. You see what I'm talking about? I feel like they... Oh my gosh. I feel like the M... I don't know, maybe it's just... I'm getting ahead of myself, I don't know. Because you do gotta wipe it off and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. So I don't know, I could be getting ahead of myself. Maybe I pulled the stencil off too soon and I should have let it dry more. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but what are you guys doing this weekend? Like I said, we're going to be having that. I might go live and do that educational video type thing that I was wanting to do. Our normal Saturday. I say normal like we've been doing it forever, but my Saturday post, I may actually do a live instead. But it is going to be about, you know, basically educating people on domestic violence, narcissism, spotting a narcissist, things of that nature. So I think I would rather do that live. So if anybody is interested, I will be doing that at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. Well, it kind of depends on when you actually see this live. So it's going to be Saturday, January 29th at 3 p.m. And don't forget about the launch. Now, if you guys haven't watched our first video where we kind of explained everything, we started with a non-profit. I was in a very abusive relationship for, you know, a little over 16 years with a narcissist. I was, you know, beat on a regular basis. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, you know, you name it. Mental, all of it. So, I ended up teaching myself about narcissism and domestic violence while I was still in the relationship. And I created an exit plan. Basically, I decided what date I was leaving. No excuses, no ands, ifs, or buts. And I did everything I could to make sure I was ready, financially ready, because I left with a bag for me and a bag for each one of my 3 kids, and I went about 800-900 miles away. Yep, just picked up and left. So when I got here and finally got settled, I just remembered how alone I felt going through that entire process and just feeling like there was no support system of any kind out there. So we put together a nonprofit. In 2021, we helped 311 women successfully leave their abuser. Several of them are starting a new life already. And, it's just amazing to see someone go from being broken to having this trauma bond against them to learning how to love themselves again. So I just basically made it my mission to help as many women as I possibly could get out of situations like that. And the boutique, when it started getting a little bit harder to fund the nonprofit, because for one, I hate asking people for money. I just don't like it. So instead of doing that, I was like, well, you know what? Let's do a boutique where people can purchase stuff, and then a portion of every single sale goes to the nonprofit. And now it's to where about 97 to 98% of the nonprofit's funding comes from boutique sales. And then we still get anywhere from 2 to 3% direct donations. We're going to move you back up here. Oh, so just, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Just throwing that out there. That's a little of what we've done. All the good stuff, all the fun stuff. Just helping others. Living a life of servitude. So that's what we're going to be touching on tomorrow. And I do want to do it live. So if you guys want to jump on and join us, I'd love to have you. If you know anybody going through that situation, or you think you know somebody going through it, because a lot of times people hide that. If they're making up excuses for crazy bruises, or, why they can't go somewhere with you, or why you're seeing less and less of them. If you see like the isolation and stuff like that, this, you could, come and hang out with us so you can learn, kind of like an Al-Anon type thing. But if you have the ear of somebody that is in a situation like that, reach out. Never give up on them. Never turn your back on them. And never, never, never ask them, why don't you just leave? It's not that easy. It's not like, I don't like going to this restaurant anymore, I'm just not going to go back. You don't have that trauma bond with that restaurant. Okay, so it's easy to quit. Trauma bonds are completely different. We're going to touch on that tomorrow. That's a whole nother thing. So that's why I'm going to say we're just going to touch on it. But yeah, if you want to invite anybody, tell them to come subscribe to the channel, send them the link to the channel, whatever you like to do. But I would love to see as many people as possible there. Spread the word, let people know. Because here lately, it's like people have been normalizing abuse, and that's not cool. Not cool at all. So we need to get the word of awareness, spousal abuse, trauma bond, domestic violence, all of that. We need to get awareness out there. And that's what we're doing, gosh darn it. Okay. So, this is kind of what we got so far. Now, I am going to take, like, the little center of the O and stuff off. And then I have to go over it with a little bit of water. And then they let it sit. He said overnight. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily the case or what. But he said he lets it sit for overnight, and then he comes back with just a little bit of soapy water and then washes it. But he does do the water shortly after doing this, and then does that soapy water thing. So if anybody's wondering, using the ammonium chloride on like a serving tray or something like that, being you're going to wash it off with soapy water, he did say yes, it's fine. You can use it on, you know, serving trays and things of that nature. Because you are going to wash it off. Alright, so let me dip this in a little bit of my water. Oh, I got a water bucket down here for my acrylic keychains when I do my sublimation keychains. So we're going to use some of that. Oh, I didn't take my little O's and my heart spot off. Oh no, Batman. Oh, and the A. Let's not forget about the A too. Yeah, it kind of looks like... Get off of here. Oh. Here I am using a rectangle knife. Like I'm going to end up scratching it or something. Nope. Alright. Oh, damn. I'm just making a mess. Where'd it go? It's sticking to me. Alright, so this, I just got it a little wet with just plain, you know, plain water. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay, so now what I'm noticing when I am wiping this off with water, see that? And it's almost like the entire top side is getting a little bit of like that brownish color, but it's not like wiping it off or anything. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. I actually like it. I think I would have liked it to be a little bit darker, but I mean, for my first one, why not? Look at that. And the M actually came out a little bit better than I thought it was going to. So that is super cute. I like it. And I do see where they say where you can kind of control the color, because if you look at the top of the E, it's a little bit darker than, I don't know. I love it. I freaking love it. What do you guys think? Do you love it like I love it? Okay, so I do, yeah, it is kind of, it's not rubbing off or anything by no means. But I do like that top, like that crusty excess layer that we knew we were going to have to wipe off. It's like it just kind of went all over the keychain and made it, it gives it that rough burn look. I mean, the entire thing looks like it was literally laser done almost. Now, Now, it don't feel like, you know how with a laser, like you can feel that it's burnt into the wood? You can feel a little bit like it was burnt into the wood, but it's not, just a very, very little bit. Just a very little bit. I like it. I'm kind of curious what it's going to look like after I use soap and water. Huh. I don't know if I want to keep on rubbing this. I think we're almost done. Yeah. I think that is just fine and dandy. Now, I am going to put polyurethane over this when everything's said and done. Like, I am going to let it sit for a little bit. And then do it with the soapy water. And then I'll hit it with some polyurethane when it dries, like completely dries. Being it's wood, I don't think you don't want it damp or wet at all. Especially if you're going to put polyurethane on it. I like this. I like this. What do you guys think? Success? Failure? What do you say? What do you say? I think it's a success. I'm going to use them. The only thing different that I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the stencil on and let it dry a little bit longer before I put the heat gun to it. And then I think I'm going to let it sit for, you know, like 10 minutes before I wipe it off when I get done with the heat gun. And that's probably the only difference. Now, when I do some of these tomorrow, I will come back and put notes in the bottom, or I might make a follow-up video on, you know, little things that I might have tweaked and done different. That's what I'll do. We'll do a follow-up video on the little tweaks that we did. But so far, you guys, this is super fun. Okay? I will link the materials down in the bottom also. I got them off Amazon. And they weren't that expensive. And I'm telling you, those can last you for freaking ever. Alright? I think the thicket was that big old jug. That's like a 36 ounce, I believe. That was like, I don't know, $14. And then the ammonium chloride. What is that one? The ammonium chloride, I got the 500 gram container, and I think that was like $10. So what, 15? So you're looking at like 25, 30, and it's going to last you forever. So you can add some new products to your shop. You can do something a little bit different. It's super fun. I liked it. It was fun. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a little tweaks to them and take notes on what works better. And then we'll do a follow-up video in a couple days. But again, make sure if you guys would like to come join us, I would love to have you tomorrow for that live 3 p.m. Saturday, January 29th. We're going to be talking about some awareness. All right? Bring your friends, let people know about us, tell them to come subscribe. And I can't wait to see you. Remember, the life you want, start living as if you already have it today. Okay? What you put out into the world, you get back. So start living the way you want your life to be. Start living that way today. And it'll come back to you that exact way. So you guys start living in joy, peace, and abundance. And we will see you soon. Don't forget about the launch tomorrow. I'll drop the link down below as well. I'm super excited. More items just mean more ways to help support someone in need. Bye, guys.